Hello again, sports fans. Evan Massoud coming to you from high atop the press box at Durfee High School's Mac Aldrich Field. The Hilltoppers boys soccer team hosting the Brockton Boxers as Big Three play continues. It's the the second Big Three game of the season. I had field hockey in my mind because the girls just beat Brockton the other day, a 5-0 shutout. They're 2-0 in the Big Three in field hockey, and I just saw them down below. Some of them are here supporting the boys soccer team after practice. So this is the second boys soccer game, though, for Big Three play. Durfee tied with New Bedford. We had that game for you a couple weeks ago right here on Channel 9. And now they will face off against Brockton. And Brockton is one tough team, let me tell you. They're always tough. According to Coach Mello, tougher than New Bedford. And they usually are. So this should be a good test. I actually had the privilege of seeing Brockton a couple weeks ago because I do some games for Dartmouth Cable on the side, actually, for fun, as a second opportunity to get with the headset on. And I got to see Brockton then, and they did beat Dartmouth in that game. It was a really good game, and they looked tough. They definitely look tough. So this should be a good test for the Hilltoppers here. They are 3-1-2 officially. Brockton 4-0-1 officially. That's overall records, of course. We'll run down the starters while we have a second here. 78 degrees in Fall River, mostly sunny. This is just another fantastic night for outdoor sports here in late September. And we'll run them down here. So for Durfee, the starting 11, we have number 4, Nilanera, number 6, Taylor Gonzalez, number 8, Gabe DeOliveira, number 10, Gonzalo Royas, number 11, Ethan Williams, number 12, the freshman goalkeeper, Zach Massa, has looked very good in the games that we've covered. Number 15, Juan Ferreira, number 17, Zenadine Pina, number 18, William Sobrero, number 21, Jeff Cabral, and number 27, Alex Cabral. Head coach for the Hilltoppers is Tiberio Mello. That is thrown in towards the box and headed back towards midfield for the Hilltoppers. On the other side, the Brockton Boxers are coached by Herminio Furtado. And their starters run down. And they're going to be actually here in no particular order. We have the numbers are not in numerical order, so we'll just run them down here. So we have number 20, Odair Montero. Number 13, Jalen DeRosa. Number 3, Claudio Mascarenas. Number 28, Mario Mendoza. Number 4, Paulo Ramallo. Number 9, Jonathan Rodriguez. Number 18, Leonardo Texera. Number 4, Claudia Mendez. Number 5, Luis Spinola. Number 10, Junior Gomes. And the goalkeeper is number 16, Dalton Rocha. And on the near side here, there's a little bit of a opportunity for Ferreira, passing it to Jeff Cabral. Took a shot, missed it, and the Boxers attempt to clear it out. Doing a split there, Zenadine Pina going down to the ground, kicks it towards midfield, chasing it down. It's the box, I believe that's number 9 there, Jonathan Rodriguez. Cleared out by Gabe DeOliveira. Play on, and oh, there's a shot on net taken right off the back of the neck. That was, I think, number 15, it looked like. Actually, probably number 18, Leonardo Texera. It looks like. We'll see. Again, tough to see the numbers. We always talk about this. Tough to tell some of the numbers. If you're just turning in, Durfee in the white and red, Brockton in black. A foot race to the ball on the far side there. Opportunity for Brockton, squandered and kicked out of play. Safe play there by Alex Cabral. The player whose number I couldn't see, I believe that is a number 15, and there is no 15 on the roster from what I can see. So we might have had a number change here pregame, but ooh, that's yeah, that's gonna hurt. Both players colliding. Nilanera and that looked like Rodriguez, number 9. Tough hit right there. And that is probably going to result in yeah, that's a free kick for Brockton for sure. Looks like he took an elbow. So an opportunity here very early in the game for Brockton to get the free kick. Good field position too. The whistle sounds and the kick is off. It's on the ground, cleared and heading out of play on the far sidelines. Bouncing once and twice and out of play. Brad Buston, our athletic director, out to chase it down. Give Brad the assist on that one. Lights are on here at McAldrich Fields. The sun setting earlier and earlier every day. Now we've passed the equinox. Oh, good feet ahead, but missed. It should be a goal kick for Masso. Actually, we saw Gabe DeOliveira doing a lot of the kicking from net in the last couple games we covered, and he will do again here. But, yep, past September 21st, past the equinox, which means that from now until, yes, from now until basically Christmas, the days will keep getting shorter and shorter. Not fun, although I will say I enjoy fall more than I do the spring because at least it's warmer. It tends to be warmer, at least here in New England in the fall. Like here we are, September. This is September 26th, and sun is almost set, and we're still in the mid-70s here. So I can't say it'd be in the mid-70s in March. So this is totally a welcome sight right now, having the sun and having it still be warm enough to not be shivering at the end of the broadcast. So, but yep, something to think about. Next 3 months until a couple days before Christmas, days will continue to get shorter and shorter until we hit December 21st. Then the countdown to summer begins basically from there. But there's a trip we'll play on, though. This is developing into a possible 2-on-1. Nilanera giving chase. That's a shot on net wide to the right. Boy, Nilan put the hammer down there, really gained some speed. Cost quite tall, so he's got good stride on top of being fast. We expect to see Nilan on the basketball court come winter sports after soccer. Landing past the 50. Whistle. Free kick for the Hilltoppers. It'll be William Sobrero from right about at midfield. Nice little floater. Landing. An opportunity. Still in play. Bouncing. Still free. But you can't touch the goalie, though, so that's going to be a foul, and it will be a goal kick. Dalton Rocha, and that looked to be Gonzalo Royas. Boy, the football is still practicing behind us, and every 5 seconds we're hearing whistles and thinking it's coming from soccer. Coach Furtado for Brockton, I think, he had a little conversation there with one of our officials. That was the brief pause there. A nice little feed to Jeff Cabral. Tries to cut back and loses possession. Boxers will clear it out. That's going to the far side. Free kick, they kicked it back from teammate to teammate, and we'll play on here. Headed into the Brockton zone, trying to slow it up and hooking it around was Paolo Ramallo. Nice job there. Oh, De Oliveira going to the ground, and that'll be a free kick for Durfee. Sobrero will do it. Well, De Oliveira looks like he's in some pain. A little bouncer. Nice job by Rocha. De Oliveira with a bit of a limp. We'll keep an eye on him. Went down kind of hard on his hip. Oh, nice move there by number 10. That was Junior Gomes. And all the way down the field, and it is now taken away. There is De Oliveira feeding it to Sombrero. And Sombrero loses it. Tried to find his teammate. He was looking for Ethan Williams, and it didn't turn out quite how he wanted. That's a high little pop-up, going to land. Kicked back the other direction. Coach Mello said that for Durfee, he feels the first 10 minutes of the game are going to be crucial because Brockton is always very quick. Oh, nice shot on net by the Boxers. An opportunity there from about the 15-yard line. That was number 5, Luis Spinola. And we've passed the first 10 minutes, so both sides have had a couple opportunities, minor opportunities, but they still had a couple chances at scores. I'd say we're pretty much split in terms of playing both sides of the field here. We haven't seen really one side or the other just controlling play. But we will have, appears a free kick coming. We have one of the Hilltoppers down. I think that's De Oliveira, I believe, again. He's got quite a limp going here, so he's going to have to come out, it appears. And we'll keep an eye and see if he comes back, because that would be a big loss for the Hilltoppers. If they lose Gabe, he's going to sit right down, and it looks like our trainer, Kelly Mahoney, is going to jump in the car. Yeah, and she's going to head over to that far sideline, check on Gabe. So we'll keep an eye on him as well. Play moves nearby here. Hilltoppers kind of intercept the ball there and pass it back to Williams, and he'll try to reset. Didn't get good footing on that kick. Tried to turn it. Looked like it was his off foot. Fed down into the corner. Breaking for it. That is, I believe that is Gomes there. Or Texera, rather. Texera with the feed in front. Hilltoppers clear it out. That was Pina clearing it out. Now number 15 heading the ball down. Down the other direction we go. And it will go out of play. I'll tell you, these guys take the ball off the head and sometimes come in full speed. That really must kind of ring your bell a little bit. It can't be too comfortable. Soccer balls are quite heavy. We got another free kick. And quite firm. I'll tell you, bouncing off the head can't feel. I'm sure there's a proper way to head it as well, but regardless, it can't be too comfortable when it comes down. Here's another opportunity. There you go. Right off the noggin. Little bouncer. And, oh, nice pass. And then taken away, Taylor Gonzalez will feed it forward. Got to stay on sides. Oh, they're calling offsides on that. You kidding? That was not offsides at all. Watching him to stay behind the defender, and it sure looked like he did. That was a quick whistle by our official there. Sure looked like it was onside. Nonetheless, it basically gave a free kick for the Boxers as they move into the striking zone. Wide to the right. Massa swats it away. But it will be a corner kick coming up for Brockton now. He wasn't able to hold on to it, but he preserved the scoreless tie. Here comes the kick towards the net, headed by Nilanera towards us, right in front of number 5. That was Luis Spinola, sending it netward off the head and over the crossbar. Missing the goal and the uprights, so really nothing to show for there. So we'll have a goal kick for the Hilltoppers. Good pass ahead, given chase for Durfee. Jeff Cabral in the mix there. It'll stay in play. Number 15. Oh, what a stop and a turnaround. And he will kick it up the line. It goes out of play. Man, that was impressive right there. Nicely done. Good footwork. Durfee will throw in. Out of play off of Spinola. That's a strong throw in towards the box, and it is cleared out, though. As the Boxers try to forge ahead. Toppers try to turn it back around. One thing I can say about, so we got some progress here. Oh, almost an attack. Whoa, that's, so going down hard was Will Sobrero. And a yellow card for number 10, I believe. Yeah, that's Junior Gomes. In the Brockton Dartmouth game that I was at when I did the game for up in Dartmouth for Dartmouth Community TV, one of the senior captains, there were a couple flags handed out in that game, if I recall, and there is a flag there that was on yellow card rather, on Junior Gomes. So a free kick for Will Sobrero from the 40-yard line. So quite a ways from the net. Have to loft it. That's a good kick. Going high, just over the crossbar. Close one there. So we'll have a goal kick for Brockton now as Rocha sends it out. This has been a very entertaining first half. We're halfway through it, 20 minutes in the books. About 20 more to play. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV, a scoreless Big Three soccer game. Durfee boys hosting the Brockton boys, and I'll tell you, it really has been a entertaining first half. We've seen kind of a little of everything already. Some good opportunities from both sides. And unfortunately, though, for both sides, nothing to show for it. Neither side able to break through. We've seen a lot of play in the middle of the field. A lot of congestion, both sides. Oh, that's a good feed, though. And it looks like we got another foul on Brockton, so Durfee will get a free kick. One thing I've noticed with some of the rivalry games already earlier in the season is that the officials have been not afraid to blow the whistle on infractions to reward free kicks. And I don't know if maybe it's their way of trying to control the game a little more because, you know, things can get chippy pretty quickly, especially in, I mean, this is not only a rivalry game, but this is a league game. And it's, you know, again, with the Big Three, when you only get 4 opportunities to play your conference rival, it certainly can get heated. Never mind generic rivalries like, say, Durfee and Dartmouth or Brockton and Dartmouth or Durfee and Somerset. So I've really noticed that this season, more than last, at least so far, it seems like the officials are a lot quicker with the whistles. Any little thing, they're gonna stop play. Whereas in some instances, we've kind of seen kind of hot and cold, where they go through streaks of a lot of whistle blowing, and then they'll let some stuff go. They've been pretty consistent by blowing the whistle and then halting play. So and we'll see if that trend continues throughout this game and the rest of the season. But at least in the games I've seen so far, that seems to be the case. Nilanera, nice high booming kick, falling, and will be played onside. Oh, that's going to be a push. Jeff Cabral. A little bit of a push there to Romalo, but it also looked like Romalo he started to slow down because the ball had landed, so that's also part of it. We start heading the other way. Back towards midfield and down the sidelines. It's still in play. A foot race to the ball. Oh, Pina goes down hard in the corner. I think it went out on the side, but I saw the official point towards the corner, so we'll see if it's going to get thrown in or if we're going to actually have a kick here. Going to have a throw in. That's a good strong throw in towards the net. Oh ho! Crossing in front, and it will go out of play. And we'll have another goal kick. We have yet to see. Don't see him. No. Gabe DeOliveira. Oh, I was just going to say, we have yet to see Gabe come back in, and there he is now. So he's back in. Good to see that. And sending it down the sidelines there. Brockton back with it, trying to forge ahead again. Nera stopped it momentarily. Now you have Leonardo Texera 2-on-1 right in front, and they missed the open net. Oh, we saw New Bedford do the same thing a couple weeks ago. And right there, I mean, a pretty open shot. Massa had come out, and that net was wide open for the icebreaker. But no goal. We stay scoreless through 25 minutes. Again, 40-minute halves. A little trickery here. DeOliveira Sending it to Ethan Williams. A little bit of a different look there. We'll play on, and no whistle that time. Going down was Juan Ferreira. Jeff Cabral has to slow up. You're going to redirect. Bad pass coming to the sidelines, and oh, what a job to keep that in. Royas keeps the possession in the Hilltoppers' hands. But it is all for naught, as now Brockton goes on the attack, on the offensive. Riven Rodriguez goes out of play. He and Williams were giving chase, and it should be Brockton ball. Another good throw in from the side, a header right in front of the net. This could be trouble. Swatted away by Massa, cleared out by the Hilltoppers. Outstanding defense right there. I mean, Massa is not the tallest keeper. He climbed the ladder, though, I'll tell you. Was able to get a hand on it, and I think that was Alex Cabral who was able to kick it out and finish the job. De Oliveira trying to get around. He gets tripped up, back on the ground again. So no call on Gabe. He's still questioning the official, but yet a call on this near side results in a foul against Durfee. And Rocha will kick it. He comes out of the box. Good strong kick. Headed by Williams and then kicked up the field. Oh, Nilanera gets kicked and goes tumbling down. That was kind of a relatively shorter kick. Didn't quite make it to midfield. Boxers take a shot over the crossbar again. Boy, they've been dangerously close. They've had a few more opportunities over the last 5 to 7 minutes, and they've put some pressure on offensively here against the Hilltoppers. Durfee D having to step up a little bit here. We will have a corner kick. Apparently, it was touched by one of the Hilltoppers on the way towards the net. I didn't think it was, but Brockton will get the corner kick, bouncing, going beyond the goal line, and Durfee will kick it out. A little over 10 minutes left in this first half. Been a really quick first half, actually, too. That's a good feed off the head, but a little bit to the side, and it will go out of play. Well, they're saying that, it's like they're saying Cabral touched it. A handball, so we'll have a free kick for Brockton, and it looks to be Ramalho who will be doing the honors. He does a soft kick to DeRosa. Oh, it heads back, and Roach is going to take it, slow it up, and then we'll send it. De Oliveira hooks it back into Brockton's end, and then they send it back off the toes into Durfee's end. Riven Rodriguez called on a foul. Durfee will get the free kick. And that was De Oliveira on the kick again. Taylor Gonzalez steps in. Lofted. Whoa, that's going to be a foul. And number 15 goes down hard. And he is up, okay. Do wish we knew who that was. So kicked up the field. Nilanera almost lost it. He does lose it now. Sliding in. Williams just takes it away on the slide. Out of play, it'll go. And Brockton will throw in. Based on who we're seeing on the field, the only person I can assume that maybe number 15 might be is number 20. Oh, my bad. No, I'm reading the wrong name anyway, so not even going to try to guess. We just know that number 15 is not on our roster here. That was provided by Brockton. We don't have a number 15 or a name for number 15. Good feed all the way down in the corner. De Oliveira has to chase it, cuts it off, has a lot of pressure, goes out of play. And De Oliveira not happy with the call, neither is his teammate. They didn't like that a corner kick was called, saying it went out off Brockton, but no luck with that argument. Boxers will kick it in from the corner. Another good kick going a little bit deep, though, and it hooked around the net. Not a play. Durfee has not yet had a corner kick. Brockton's gotten all of them. I think that was number 3 or number 4 of the night. Good feedback to Gonzalez, trying to clear the way. Good feedback. Oh, and they lost it. Lucas Santos trying to get it back to Royas. Wasn't able to. They're fighting with it. Durfee ball. Gonzalez going to throw it in. Oh, he gets screened almost. Good throw down the sidelines to Jeff Cabral. Out of play. Durfee will throw in again. Hooked back out of the box. Williams is there to stop it. Oh, and Rodriguez tumbled right over him. Nilanera cuts it off. Going to try to come back the other way, keep it in play. He does. He goes tumbling down. Ooh, that was an ugly roll over there for Nilan, but he's okay. Lost the headband. So Riven just went over one Hilltopper. Then he knocked Nara down to the ground. So he took 2 of them out. Hard, aggressive style of play. Sobrero kicks it off. That's a great kick. Loose ball taken by Romalo. Now giving chase on the far side of the Hilltoppers, trying to get it back. It goes out of play. Strong kick across midfield. Cabral heads it to Williams, who hooks it back across the other direction. We really have seen a lot of back and forth in the middle part of the field here. Brockton with another opportunity to score. Nice move around the defender, and it'll go wide. Another goal kick for Durfee. We have less than 5 minutes now to play here in the half. Well, actually, from where they're kicking, it looks like it might have been on a foul, actually. I think it's going to be, this is a free kick, not even a goal kick here, because the official told De Oliveira where to place the ball, so it must have been a foul down that other end. Good kick down the field again, long-range kick. Hilltoppers, they've gotten some good air onto the ball, and play will halt again. Another whistle. Oh, the Hilltoppers have a free kick. Okay. I was watching the ball, and the whistle blew where the ball wasn't necessarily. So Durfee with a free kick here down in the attacking zone. Towards the net. Right into the hands of Rocha. He handles it. Saw it all the way. Good passing for Brockton, no fouls. Nillen went down, so did one of the boxers. He's still down as Durfee's goalie, Massa, coming out to check on him while plays down the other end. Good sportsmanship right there. Gonzalez, the feed to Royas. Royas had the goal against New Bedford. Open net, cleared out by the Brockton Boxers. Good sequence there. I like the setup. Hilltoppers get the first corner kick of the night coming here. Oh, that's going to be quite long. Still in play. Kept in. Out of bounds on the sidelines, and it'll be Brockton ball. It goes out of play again. We'll do it again. Throw in this time. Oh, man. Another tough landing for one of the Hilltoppers. Boy, we've seen some of these players go down pretty hard in this first half. Riven Rodriguez, what a nice cutback. Still has control and now loses the ball. Hilltoppers with an opportunity now. Forging ahead, Jeff Cabral. He's going to have to contend, though, with Paulo Romulo, and he loses the ball. We're in stoppage time now. There really wasn't much stoppage time in the first half, and so we don't expect to be playing too much longer before halftime. Durfee will throw in. Oh, a little false start, if you will, right there. Thought they were going, and he held up. And looks like Durfee's going to have another free kick here with just seconds left in the first half. Everybody going to line up. It looks like they're going to wait. Try to send one towards the net and strike here in stoppage time. Here we go. Softer kick than the last one. Loose ball in front, taken on net. What a save by Rocha. Diving to his left to make the stop. That ball had the corner of the net written all over it. Corner kick for the Hilltoppers, not wasting time. They want to just get this in play. Another shot on net. Rocha makes the stop. Loose ball in front. They'll kick it. Hilltoppers play it in front. A nudge against Royas, trying to turn it around. That's going to go through the uprights and out of play. Good sequence for Durfee right there. Very aggressive. That is the end of the first half. An exciting end to the first half, but we are in a stalemate right now. Nothing the score after 40 minutes of play. This one, if it remains that way, of course, it does stay as a tie during the regular season if that is the result at the end of regulation. We don't play extra time or overtime, and we also don't deal with penalty kicks. So we'll see what happens in the final 40 minutes. Stick around for the second half. Second half about to begin here at Mac Aldridge Field. Real cool shot of the moon right there during halftime. Just really a beautiful night for fall sports. Getting a little breezy, but you know, it's almost like kind of dried out a little bit compared to over the weekend when we had football and we were like getting plumes of fog on the field and condensation everywhere. It's actually kind of dried out a little bit, which is great. Real pleasant night here at Durfee High School. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV for Big Three Boys Soccer. Hilltoppers had two fantastic opportunities to score at the end of that first half, but unfortunately for the home crowd, they could not cash in. Now Brockton will get a corner kick here on the far side. They had a bevy of them in the first half. And that is long and wide behind the net. So a scoreless game here as we head into the second half. Kind of have that feeling that whoever strikes first in this one may come out on top. It's been that kind of game. Like I said, a couple good chances for both sides. They couldn't cash in. And it just really feels like one of those nights. Whoever scores first, I think, is going to end up coming out on top in this one. We switch sides at the half, as we always do. Durfee now defending on the left side, Brockton on the right. And Brockton will, I believe, throw in. Oh, they're all lining up towards the net like it's going to be a corner kick. No, just a kick along the sideline. I was going to say, it didn't go out on the goal line, so a throw in, getting a good running start. That's a great throw. And it's over the net. Boy, I thought that actually went in. Talk about an optical illusion. We're getting that weird time now with the natural light. And it's coming from like right above, so there's few shadows. Man, I thought that went in over the head of Massa. It did go over the head of Massa, but just over the net too. So we'll try it again. Another corner kick for the Boxers. This one on the ground. Quickly cleared out by Durfee. Hilltopper's going to get a free kick here. Sending it deep. Got to stay on side. Got turned around, and clearing it out will be Ramallo, number 4. He sends it back the other direction. And now we play on the ground. Williams to the far side there. That is number 5. Well, it looked like number 5. Well, number 5 was Dylan Parker. He's now playing football. So it's not him for Durfee. It looked like number 5. It could be, oh, you know, that's number 8. I believe. That's Gabe De Oliveira, I believe. Oh, a takedown there. Draws the whistle. As usual, the Durfee fans laying into the ref on every call. I'm trying to be good this year. I really am. No, I'm not usually that bad on the ref. It seems like where we get more issues with officials and bad calls tend to be in basketball. But, of course, we all know basketball is a zero-contact sport. So even the you breathe wrong on your opponent, you're going to get a whistle and a foul. That's a whole other story, though. Plenty of time to get prepped for basketball. In fact, with that said, since we're on the topic, be on the lookout on Fred TV and on our Facebook page and on the website on demand for a special feature that I have been working on over the last few weeks. I caught up with a few of the Conley boys basketball players, or the former basketball players, who were on the state championship team from 2013. And the reason I didn't wait till the wintertime is because all the boys are in college still. So wanted to catch up with them before they all went back to school here in the fall. But the main reason is that, if you can believe it, this winter, this upcoming season will mark 5 years since the Cougar boys won the state title for boys basketball up at the Garden. Of course, we were there. It was just an amazing game and an amazing run, an amazing experience. To be quite honest, that one goes off the side of the net. And definitely a moment, even for me, that I'll never forget. It was such a blast to be courtside at the TD Garden up in Boston and see a Fall River team come out on top. So I am working on that. Probably won't air now for a little while as well. I don't want it to be too dated, obviously, but we want it to air closer to basketball season as well. So, but be on the lookout for that. I got a chance to talk with Tommy Keys, who was a senior that year, had over 1,000 points in his career, actually second highest point total in school history behind his then coach, Matt Kurt. And Matt was the assistant coach here at Durfee last year for boys. So Tommy Keys, and then I also spoke with 3 of the starters who were juniors that season, Brian Quinn, Jack Santoro, and John Gonzalo. So, and I really appreciate, these guys are working during the summer. Oh, collision there, and that was not pretty. A yellow card for Brockton. It'll result in a free kick for the Hilltoppers. I believe that was number 9, Jonathan Rodriguez. So, but yes, in any case, getting back to that basketball story, that will be something we're going to air soon. I interviewed the boys after the title, and, we still have a bunch of that footage. We still have all the game footage from that season. We saved all this stuff. How often do you get to see a championship team? So, free kick, good! Into the back of the net. Celebration for William Sobrero. Hilltoppers lead it 1-0. Could not have placed it any better. Outstanding. At just about the 8-minute mark, Hilltoppers strike first. Well, play resumes, but the Hilltoppers lead it here in the second half. And another boxer on the ground. I mean, we're not surprised, and good sportsmanship here by the Hilltoppers. I mean, these are big games, let's face it. They add a lot of pressure. The adrenaline gets flowing, things get chippy, and now you get the free kick here for Brockton. And you know they've had more opportunities than Durfee has, frankly. And this is another great opportunity right here for Brockton. They could tie it with one little kick here. So here we go. Blocked by the wall, out of play. Boxers will throw in. That kick quickly denied. And the benefit of where it went out, obviously, on the side is that you have to throw it in. This is not a, it didn't go out on the goal line, so there won't be a corner kick. Brockton does throw in incredibly well. They always get such good distance and good height on the throw-ins. I saw that a couple weeks ago when they faced Dartmouth, and we're seeing that tonight too. They really get some good power behind the throws. Another free kick coming for Brockton, this one on the far sideline. About an hour into this in real time. That's a great kick too, but it's going high and deep and far and over. So that'll result in a goal kick for Durfee. Gabe D'Oliveira doing the honors here, as he always does, or usually does. Never want to say always, because whenever you say always, somehow they tend to prove you wrong. I've quickly figured that out. Superintendent Dr. Malone in the house. Going to get a photo of the Durfee fans. Usually makes a stop up here in the press box, too. He is at almost every major game you can imagine. I can hear him telling the kids, do something crazy, let's go. Love it. Been a great guy to have on our side here in the school system. He's done a really great job here in the city over a year plus, and we love that he's always visible. He's so about the kids. Great having Dr. Malone here in Fall River. That one popped in the air, landing on the attacking side for Durfee. Sobrero trying to cut back. No dice. It'll head back towards the middle of the field. And that was, looked like number 20. Yep, that was Odair Montero for Brockton trying to clear it out. Now we're back on the other side here. That was a good takeaway by the Boxers there. It looked like Sobrero was coming this way with it, and he was overtaken by, I think that was Riven Rodriguez. He has some speed, I'll tell you that. He is a quick player for Brockton. Another player down, no foul that time. Hilltoppers trying to clear it out, and the Boxers being real pesky with the ball. That's a handball, and there's the whistle. Pretty evident right there. Mascarenas kind of swatted at it. And that results in a free kick as well. It appears that Sobrero's going to do the honors this time. Pina had it, and now it's going to be Sobrero. Up the field. And Sobrero gets, again, he gets really good loft. Really floats down the field. It's interesting how everybody even everybody's kicks can vary, and his kicking game tonight, he's got some real good distance. Oh, that's like a full body check right there. Nilanera went tumbling down, but no foul there. No whistle there. Hooked out on the sidelines, and Brockton's going to get a corner kick here. Maybe not a wise decision trying to hook it that way. I'm not sure if there was much more room to go, but would have liked to try to see them stop it. Needless to say, the Boxers again with another opportunity here coming from the corner. Had over a half dozen of them in the game. That's a good kick from the lefty on the ground, and Hilltoppers clear it, coming back right in front of Romalo. He stops it, sends it back towards Durfee's side. Now it'll roll all the way to the 20 where Rocha will grab it. He's going to backpedal on it and then send it. A little drop kick. Williams stuffs it, stops it, and now we'll send it to the outside. A bad pass. Not sure who he was looking for right there, but nobody there for Durfee. Or at least initially. Thought he was going to turn it back up the field and instead going to the side, and it didn't quite pan out. Good feed down to Montero, headed out of play by Cabral, and we will have a throw in. And now, not too dramatic a throw in right there. That was Mendoza. Goes out of play. Durfee will kick it. Busy week for us here on Fred TV. This is the first of 3 games this week. 3 games in 4 days. Big 3 soccer tonight, and then we have on Wednesday, Big 3 girls volleyball with the Lady Whalers coming to the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. And I am so looking forward to doing this game because for the first time, I'm going to be joined by Coach Brendan Kelly, the boys volleyball head coach and girls basketball head coach. And when I asked him, I said, hey, how do you feel about doing a game? He's like, oh, man, Ev, so glad you told me. So glad you asked. I've wanted to do this for a long time. So, and I mean, Brendan is just, you know, so positive. He's one of the most positive coaches probably that I've ever met. And to add to that, he's also a little superstitious, just as I am. So, looking forward to having Brendan doing the game with me. So we'll have Coach Kelly doing the game with me for volleyball. That's tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going to get our first look at the Diamond Bengals football team, and they'll be playing right here at Durfee. So we're looking forward to that as well. The Hilltoppers with a 3-on-1. Brockton scurrying down the field, and there's no whistles. The official yelling, telling the Durfee player to get up. Looks like he was checked either towards the eye or in the nose. Unbelievable. That was number 16 going down for Durfee, James Rebello. Awful. And now a yellow card, it appears. Well, he's got it in his hand like he's ready. Watching Rebello intently. Looks like Rebello's still breathing. Obviously took an elbow. Pretty bad non-call right there. Loads of contact. Got to clear it. There's the equalizer. And the Durfee fans will say thank you very much to the official. Just awful. So much for not getting on the officials, because that was atrocious right there. Brockton ties it up halfway through the second half. 1-1 the score. Waiting for play to resume here, and it looks like Coach Mello talking to the official on the far side. We are tied once again. All started because the Hilltoppers had a 3-on-1 break, and James Rebello took an elbow to the face. And I'm sorry, but when you're going 3-on-1 and you're the only defender, there's no way that the foul didn't occur. And it resulted in a free kick that turned into a goal for Brockton. So if we pass the halfway mark here, Evan Massoud with you, a newly retied game. Brockton has never led. Durfee did lead for a short time here in this second half, but now we're back all tied up again, this time knotted at 1 each, 1 aside. That'll go out of play. And Pina will throw in. Finds Taylor Gonzalez, able to hook it up the line. It bounces. Rebello bounces it towards Cabral. Cabral trying to make the turn. A feed that's not going to be strong enough to get across the field there to, it looks like Jonah Andre, number 20, I believe, into the game now. And that'll go out of play. Hilltoppers will throw in. Couple substitutions for the Boxers. That was the quick pause there, so as we resume now. Williams tripped up, that's number 3 there, Mascarenas trying to get, he got the ball back, and now Brockton just trying to get through the defense here. Can't seem to break through midfield there. It did get, it scurried through there, but Massa was there for the scoop. And he'll drop kick it. One of the few times we've seen him actually kick it himself tonight. Not a bad kick. And Brockton, wow, that was a great opportunity there for the Boxers as well. But it does go out of play, so Durfee on the goal kick. Back down Durfee's, Brockton's side into Durfee's attacking zone, if you will. Out of play, oh, that's close. And they're saying it went out, I think, on the goal line. Durfee should have a corner kick here. Oh, no, throwing it in. So they throw back to Sobrero, going to take a shot towards the net, headed out of play, or out of the box, I should say, and then spun back around. Cabral with a chance. He kind of swung on and missed, if you will. Didn't really get good footing and just barely touched it. And now it comes all the way back this side. Durfee's ball, they'll throw in. Bouncing out of play, now Brockton will throw in as we go back and forth here. Another sub coming in for Brockton. About 15 minutes remain in this one. Durfee and New Bedford finished in a 1-1 tie. And right now, Durfee and Brockton in a 1-1 tie. Another yellow card for the Boxers. That one is on Mascarenas, and he's going to have to go to the bench. And that'll be a free kick for the Hilltoppers. Sobrero will kick it from about between the 35 and the 30. And hope for good luck here in the air. Tailing away from the goal, headed, it's on the ground, and the Boxers are going to clear it right out. Ball hooked a little bit more than I think maybe Sobrero would have wanted, but so Brockton will throw in. That was Montero on the throw in there, number 20. Back towards midfield. It'll go towards the far side, giving chase. And it will go out of play. It's going to be a throw in for Durfee. Right on the corner. Tough to keep the ball on the ground. We've seen the ball in the air more than it's been on the field. Now it rolling down the sidelines. Brockton trying to settle. A centering pass. That was a good one, but it bounced one too many times for comfort. That's going to be an offsides. Oh, no, it's not. Ball is loose. It's a foot race to the ball. Rocha needs to get back in. They're going to have to slow it down, and the Hilltoppers lose possession. That looked like it was going to be an offsides as well. And it wasn't called. Great opportunity for Durfee, and it did not pan out either for them. Spinola throws it in. Williams tried to stop it with the head, could not. And now we go back down the field. Leonardo Texera there, number 18, playing midfield. Oh, there we go, an opportunity for Brockton. Blocked once and lofted out of play. Well, the Hilltoppers had to regroup there quickly. It was a good opportunity for Brockton. Plus, it went out on the kick, so Durfee gets the goal kick. It will not be a corner kick. Good kick right there. Going all the way on to Brockton's side and then heading right back the other direction. Again, we've seen that a lot where not so much, controlled passes per se, more so kind of volleying the ball back and forth in the air. Anything that's on the ball, each side, whoever has possession, they tend to lose it because the other defense is taking it away. Texera, nice pass there, and that's going to go out. And it'll be a corner kick for Brockton. About 10 minutes left in regulation here. Still knotted up at 1. Here comes the kick. Oh, just over the crossbar. We've seen a number of those tonight where it's just skipped high. Waiting on the kick from D. Oliveira. And right about the 50. He's pretty good to land it right at the 50 almost every time. Got a good feel for it. Nilanera on a foot race with Teixeira. No whistles, and he is livid. And a whistle now blown. Looks like the call's going against Alex Cabral for the Hilltoppers. Trying to figure, I think this happened in the box too, which would mean it's going to end up being a penalty kick. Yeah, it sure will be a penalty kick here. It's going to be a test for Massa. The first goal came on a questionable call, and now another questionable call here. Blocked by Massa! Denied! And you know what? You can say there's skill involved, and there certainly is, because I couldn't make that stop. But there's also a little bit of luck involved because you got to lean the right way and guess right. And he did guess right. Well, in that case, he guessed left. And it was good for the block. Now, a corner kick coming because it went out off of Durfee, Massa being the Hilltopper. So Brockton's got the corner kick. Not out of the woods yet are the Hilltoppers. Headed towards the net and in. Wow, can you believe that? Nobody even saw it. The Hilltoppers were stopped dead in their tracks. Nobody saw it. Two to one Boxers with less than 10 minutes to play. And I have to be honest, I did not even see who got the head on that one. There were so many players huddled up there, so I'm not even going to attempt to figure out who it was. If you're watching at home, just scan back, watch the replay. I could not see the number, whoever headed that ball. But nonetheless, the Boxers with the goal to pull ahead. Their first lead of the game comes with about 5 minutes left in regulation before stoppage time. So a tough time for that to happen, especially after making the incredible stop on the penalty kick. Hilltoppers need to ramp up the offensive pressure here. And they've had a hard time doing so because Brockton's D has been pretty stifling here in the second half. They've had a lot of breaks like this too, where the ball just keep rolling into Durfee's zone. And by the time the Hilltoppers get back to midfield, they've already lost possession. So got to get a bit of a rally going here for the Hilltoppers. Try to at least tie it back up and escape without a loss. One of the Hilltoppers down on the ground there. Not happy either, in obvious pain. Again, we've seen a lot of the players tonight go down pretty hard. Our trainer Kelly Mahoney out there. You just saw number 18. That was Leonardo Texera for Brockton checking on the player that's down, and looks like we're going to basically have a timeout here while Kelly stretches out the injured player. Now the officials coming over too to check on, again, whoever's down. I did not see, we don't see the number obviously, the player's on his back, so once he gets up we'll see who it was, but in a lot of pain, you can tell, unfortunately. Oh, looks like a hit. Kelly going kind of right behind the knee, kind of under the thigh. That could be a hamstring. More ice coming in. So we see that's number 10. That is Gonzalo Royas, needing help to get up. But he is walking out under his own power off the field. That's a good thing. But not a player that the Hilltoppers, I'm sure, want to lose. So play will resume now about Less than 5 minutes to play again in regulation, but this was a stoppage in play here, so this will probably account for a little bit of time here. Brockton will throw in, and it doesn't look. It's rather strange. Nobody was moving. It's almost like half the players didn't even realize that play had resumed. Oh, a great feed in front. Rocha comes out, goes out of play. Alex Cabral on the kick there. 2-1. Durfee needs a goal to tie it up. And they have little time left to do it. And that'll scamper out of play. And it will be a corner kick for Brockton. Man, I'll tell you, haven't seen a game like this where it's been so lopsided with corner kicks. Brockton has had probably maybe an 8-1 advantage over in terms of the corner kicks and how many they've had. 8-1 ratio, you could say. I mean, really, they've had a ton of corner kicks. It's probably close to a dozen by now, if not more. And I don't think Durfee has more than 3. Sobrero loses it. Brockton will throw in. So we have one official pointing one way, the other official pointing the other way, and mass confusion on the field. So we're waiting for the subs. There we are. So the players thought that the far official was overriding the other, which is kind of hard to do, considering he's on the far side and can't see the sideline here. Riven Rivera, as the ball got loose, and there is the 3rd goal of the night for Brockton. Nilanera let it skip by him, it looked like. Cabral was there too, and so was Sardina, and they all just kind of let it sneak right in, and here comes Rivera full speed. And that will pretty much seal the fate of the Hilltoppers on this night. 3-1 the score. And that one pretty much uncontested. Rivera just, or Riven rather, excuse me, Riven Rodriguez practically could have walked through the defense right there for that goal. Not pretty. That was a rough one to take right there. But at the very least, it negates, you know, what everybody here on the Durfee side thought was, and I would say myself included, thought was a bad non-call on a foul that then turned into a free kick on the other side for Brockton, and it turned into a goal. That was the tying goal. So you take that one away, Brockton's still ahead, so it didn't even really matter in the end. We're about 60 seconds away from stoppage time, and the Hilltoppers down 2 goals here. Probably, I think you could say that the percentage of a comeback is maybe about 1% in Durfee's advantage. So Gonzalez throws it in. Not very far on the throw in there. Didn't get quite the distance. It kind of lofted and arched high in the air. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. It was not in the box. It'll be a free kick for Durfee, not a penalty kick. It looks like Sobrero will be the one doing the kicking from about the 15, so pretty close here. Oh no, it's going to be Gonzalez doing the kicking. This would make it 3-2. Have to get it through the wall. We're in stoppage time now. And it's through the uprights, well past and well high of the goal. Rocha going to take his time. Down the field it goes. And another one for Brockton. That looked to be Jonathan Rodriguez. And the defense is caught napping here in the last 5 minutes of play. 2 goals allowed, practically uncontested. Not pretty at all. So important to close out a game. You're down 2-1. And instead, now 4-1. After 2 goals, basically walked right in. So 4-1 the score now. Again, we're in stoppage time. That one coming in extra time here. Stoppage time. Brockton will throw in, but I mean, this is over now, so we're just going to run out the clock here. And the Hilltoppers are going to go to 1-1 in Big 3 play. I'm sorry, they're going to go to 0-1-1 in Big 3 play. They tied with New Bedford, and now they're going to lose. So through 2 games out of the 4 Big 3 conference games, the Hilltoppers have 0 wins, and that will be something that's a bit concerning, I'm sure, for the Durfee boys. It bounces in play and now will bounce out of play. And throwing it in will be number 25, Eric Brito. Go the other way now as Pina will throw in for Durfee. Far side, scrambling for it. Brockton on the attack again. This time Durfee clears it out. You can bet that this collapse here at the end of the game will be reviewed and talked about in the upcoming practices for sure for the Hilltoppers. Because that is very uncharacteristic for Durfee to allow 2 goals like that. Basically uncontested. And it appears Brockton's going to get a corner kick as well before this one comes to a close. Why not? They've had a ton of them. Kind of fake it out a little bit. Takes a shot. Oh, just wide to the left and a handball. So Durfee will have it. So Coach Herminio Furtado's Boxers come to Durfee here and going to come out of it with a win against the Hilltoppers. That's a good, strong kick, but knocked down by Romalo. Brockton's been a thorn in Durfee's side in a lot of sports over the last few years. I'd say even more so than New Bedford. And, I mean, think about basketball last year. Boys basketball played Brockton 3 times and unfortunately came up empty against them all 3 times. That includes the playoffs. This one is over. A 4-1 final score. Brockton defeats Durfee in Big 3 play. We'll see you later this week for Big 3 girls volleyball from the Fieldhouse. And after the weekend, we'll have the Diamond football game here on Fred TV as well. One last time. Final score from Mac Aldridge Field as the Boxers celebrate a win 4-1 on Durfee's home field. So long from Durfee.